and welcome, Lynx here. Lynx, for who this day was kind of busy. Hope you had it easy. Anyway, it was Saturday, December 13th, apparently. We are closer and closer to the day. Hopefully successful day, not a day of doom. And it was the day before the Geminids peak viewing time. Just one day. I was in Harbor Town. We were blessed with good weather and Harbor Town was as lively as it always was on holidays. The European-style streets were crowded with kids, with their parents, students, and the elderly, with no distinction between the old and the young. There were street performers juggling and a man dressed like a sailor in the town's team was playing the sax in the middle of the road. There were artists drawing portraits and even pantomimes. It was lively and bright. The small street was like a dreamland. Over in the corner was Harbor Town's mascot, Harbor Boy, just standing there. A while ago he had been swarmed by kids who were causing him some trouble. They'd been punching and kicking and climbing all over him. He had been doing his best to avoid the kids. But then they found a pedestal right beside the Harbor Boy. They'd been trying to climb on top of the pedestal to take 4 pot shots at Harbor Boy's huge head. He was trying his best to keep them from climbing up. They might get hurt if they fell over, but after all, for Harbor Town this was all a pretty normal scene. However, I thought I saw something moving through the crowd. It seemed to be coming towards me. It was a girl in a school uniform. She had long twin tails that reminded me of a comet. And the girl leapt into the air. She aimed for the pedestal beside Harbor Boy and jumped directly up, not even touching the steps. Hey. After a graceful landing on the top, Hikari smiled with glee at her achievement. Oi! How dare you! I still am annoyed. She answered without anger and stood up on the platform. Other than a quick glance to the side, no one was giving attention to Hikari standing on the pedestal. I guess that was normal, she was just an ordinary high school girl. Hikari didn't lose heart from the lack of attention and yelled out to everybody. I'll be doing that, really. And then out of nowhere, she pulled out her recorder and slowly started playing. It was a melody that everybody knew, except the man who is reading what's written on the screen. Of course, that line was not written on the screen, but he still doesn't know the melody. Anyway, it was a plain, calm tone, but the noise from the crowd drowned it out. The people looked at her like she was crazy. A little bit! But the children who came to listen were different. Okay. The children climbed up the pedestal and started playing their records. The one reading the text realized that he knew that tune, actually. I have no idea where they got them, but they also had castanets and triangles with them too. Suspicious. As the music got louder, people passing by were drawing with the high school girl and kids playing the music. Once one person stopped, more people did. When Harbor Boy realized what was happening, he helped settle them into a crowd. Everybody was listening to the nostalgic notes of the recorder. They finished playing the short song. And there was a slight applause. I participated.
皆さん、聞いてくれてありがとう。一緒に吹いてくれたみんなもありがとう。楽しかったよ、お姉ちゃん。
Hikari patted the kids on their heads.
懐かしいね、リコーダー。あの曲だったら私も吹けるよ。
Congrats, I can't.
でも、なんであんなとこで演奏してたんだ？
No reason.
そう。
Or you will hear the reason. As the performance ended, the crowd started to disperse when suddenly a saxophone started playing. It was the sailor from before. He heard the kid's performance and started playing like he was asking permission to join in. Hearing the soft melody of the saxophone, Hikari looked at the kids and nodded. The sax playing sailor started an impromptu jam session with Hikari and the kids. The different sounds coming from all around the street started to melt together into one song in the blue sky. A large group of people started to stop and listen to the comforting music. And that's when... A high school girl appeared from the crowd and handed Harbor a large drum. I feel like I know this female student A and female student B. The high school girls forcefully attached the drum to the harbor boy. Hikari noticed this in her peripheral vision. She smiled and winked, giving him permission. Harbor boy played the drum. The heavy rhythm from the drum reverberated into the clear sky. The music was simple, but I think it was starting to have an effect on the people listening. People finally started to stop and listen once Harbor began to join the jam session with the drum. More and more people started to gather.
なかなかやるな、あの着ぐるみ。
Hikari was looking around at the crowd while she was playing the recorder. The traffic started to slow down as people were stopping to check out what was going on. Because of that, the road was starting to get congested. Thinking it was just about time, Hikari winked to somebody. And suddenly there was the sound of a wind instrument playing. The music seemed to be coming from all around even from inside the crowd.
どうなってんだこれ。
On the other side of the road, there was the sound of a trumpet and clarinet coming from a shaded alleyway. And the French horn was performing in front of a classy boutique. The people who were watching the small performance were looking all around them for the new performers. Hikari saw everyone's surprise. What a troll. She laughed teasingly and slapped Harbor Boy on the shoulder. Quietly nodding, Harbor Boy waved his hand to the crowd. Hikari stepped down from the pedestal and began playing the recorder as she marched. Harbor Boy and the kids followed behind. All of the performers filled into line one after the other. The confused onlookers watched as the parade started to move. The visitors of Harbor Town were pretty surprised by this energetic parade that had come out of nowhere. And in the lead was a high school girl playing the recorder. Behind her were children playing recorders and triangles. Following was a brass band made up of people wearing different school uniforms or even just casual clothes. And Harbor Boy was right there with them, so people thought that this was an official Harbor Town event. But City Hall was never told about it.
ハーバータウンにご来場の皆さん 誰でも参加していいんだって。私たちも行こうよ。
Totally unrelated people here. Female student B and A, okay?
こんなこともあろうかとマイトライアングル持ってきた。
Amazing! Young girls left the crowd and joined the parade. They had recorders and the ever so essential instrument for this song. The triangle! Who would have thought?
参加できるみたいだよ。どうする？いや、でも楽器持ってないじゃん。
Heh, we got you covered, maybe.
よかったらこれ使います？あ、カスタネット。リコーダーもありますので遠慮なくどうぞ。さっきそこで配ってました。よし行こう。ヤッホー。という成功。この調子でどんどん行こうか。
Again, those two are totally unrelated to what's happening. Totally.
楽器配ろう。
Spectators were joining the parade one after another. There were even performers who didn't have any instruments getting hyped up. There were street performers juggling as they entertained the crowd. And dancers as well. Even the mimes joined in pretending to play instruments. Taking it all in, I uttered to Hikari. Looks like things are turning out smoothly. Shouldn't have said that. This spontaneous parade had actually been our plan all along. Hikari was in the lead and the other people following were the brass bands from each school in the Six Stars Club. The sailor playing the saxophone was actually the advisor for Nishihai's Astronomy Club. He was useless when it came to astronomy and barely showed up to the club, but today he was more than willing to help with the saxophone. However, many of the people were not planted. There were people like Corona who handed instruments to people without instruments, or people just clapping along with the song. They were people who just simply wanted to join in. Are we? Not yet. Madness! There was still more to come. Just as I was thinking about it, a voice came from both. Nice! It was the high-pitched sounds of an electric guitar solo. A mysterious guitarist was on top of a small building holding a guitar. You can play a guitar. How have I not known about that? I thought we were friends!
いちいち宣言しなくてもいいっての。
The three-person rock band couldn't move away from the roof, so they played from up there. They were more than loud enough. Takechi was the one playing the guitar. The members on drums and bass were his goons from back in elementary school. I don't know if he's similar or not, whatever. Takechi had started the band because he wanted to pull in girls, but it had been hard to practice with his basketball schedule. He was pretty hyped to be able to show off his skills in the parade. And Tuesday, the enthusiastic parade marched all around Harborland with a rock band joining in.
Project starry にご協力をお願いします。よろしくお願いします。
The other members of the Six Stars Club handed out flyers to people interested in the parade.
皆さん、明日の夜10時からプロジェクト開始ですので、ご協力お願いします。よろしくお願いします。ほら、どうしようか。シャキッとなさい。はい。しかし私はこういう目立つことは苦手なので。堂々としていればいいのです。あの方のように。
よろしくお願いするであります。
怖がって誰もビラを受け取っていませんよ。
The alumni were helping us out. Noriko and Narue both had entrance exams to study for, so they couldn't make it, but Keisuke and Orihime had both come. Our fans had all come out, and if they weren't performing or handing out the flyers, they were mixed with the crowd, helping to make things more exciting. It sure was impressive, even for a harbor town.
な、来たよ。
光先輩、目線ください。
A first year with a camera was waving her hand from the balcony of a two-story building. It looked like they were in charge of the live coverage of the parade. Hikari and the children waved to the camera.
ネットの向こうの皆さん、スターライトパレードです。よそのパレードもうまくいってるかな？
I'm sure that they're doing well. By the way, Harbor Town was the only place that was doing a starlight parade. We had planned to do parades in several locations all over Japan at the exact same time. What did I say earlier? The Starlight Parade was Project Starlight's final push, one day before the meteor shower. We had used the internet to call out help from members of the project located all over the country. So there will be similar parades pulling in participants from other locations at the same time. This was to promote the project to as many people as possible, not just students and astronomy fans. We had set up some basic rules. It had to be a song that everybody knew. Also, we had set the time to start the parade. There were probably some people that had heard about the parade on the internet and had just come to see it in person. It looked like some people brought their own instruments with them. And thus, the ever-growing parade went all around the harbor town and came back to the same street where we started. Hikari called out to me. I was the one wearing the harbor boy suit, by the way. Didn't see that happening, huh? I waved Harbor Boy's giant hand and the parade stopped moving and the music went silent. After making sure everybody had stopped, Hikari went on top of the stage. Hikari was a little out of breath from performing while marching. Before everybody noticed, Hikari smiled at everybody. And everyone erupted into a roaring applause. Anyway, it was so loud that the surrounding buildings looked like they'd shake. And another round of applause. People were screaming that they've had fun too. Hikari waited for the sounds to calm down before making her announcement.
ところで皆さん、明日の夜、流星の雨が降ることをご存知ですか？
There were people who knew about it, but there were also people who didn't.
私から一つお願いがあります。明日、12月14日の夜10時、部屋の明かりを消してみてください。そして、夜空を見上げてください。もし、ここにいるみんなの気持ちが一つに重なったなら、きっと夜空に星の雨が降っているはずです。大流星群の降る夜にみんなで奇跡を起こしましょう。明るい夜のために。明るい夜のために。
There were some normal people that joined the Six Stars members in saying to light up the night. Hearing that, Hikari smiled with pleasure.
それでは最後にキラキラと輝く星たちへ演奏を届けましょう。いいですか？
Hikari raised her recorder. And everybody grabbed their instruments. Hikari had winked at me, the person inside of Harbor Boy, and brought her recorder to her lips. Ooh. The finale. When the performance and the cheer that had erupted shook Harbor Town.
ありがとう。みんな、ありがとう。
Hikari, along with the members of the Six Stars Club and all their friends, waved in gratitude. The Starlight Parade had ended in a great success. Nice. In Harbor Town.
コメントがある先輩。また明日ね。ハキミピカリン。
Hikari should just accept the fact that she's called Hikari.
疲れた。
After Corona and the others got on the bus, Hikari collapsed on my back. Her chest was barely being held back underneath her uniform and it was pressing up against me.
もうくたくただよ。あきとおんぶして。
We've been working all day. I wouldn't carry her, but I used my wave to drag Hikari along as she clung to me. Early in the morning, we had a rehearsal for the parade. Heh. The premise was for it to be a surprise parade, so we had a detailed meeting and practice run before the stores opened in Harbor Town. Oh my god. After that, we'd taken a short break until we met up again right after lunch. Then we did the parade. Once the parade was over, we handed out flyers about Project Starlight. Apparently the bands had gotten together and collaborated. And celebrated after the parade, but we didn't have the luxury. That's right. We were busy people. The parade was just one part of our advertisements for the real show the next day. The members of the Sixers Club had split into their respective groups and were handing out flyers or helping with the light covers.
お腹すいたよ。何か食べようよ。
Wanna go to stop and by, or we could just do cup ramen right here, right now.
行くのめんどい。
Cup ramen it is then. I dragged Hikari towards the club room. Drag. Seriously, start walking.
やら
Don't expect me to spoil you all the time.
ー。だって忙しくて全然イチャイチャできないんだもん。せっかく付き合ってるのにさ。だからいちいちゃいちゃの密度を上げてくしかないんだよ。こうやってむぎゅぎゅぐりぐりぐり。
It's hard to walk like this.
冷たい。ふんだ。いいもんいいもん。
I gave into Hikari's sulking and leaned over to give her a piggyback ride. I finally reached the club room and Hikari unlocked the room while still on my back. Here we were, back in the room that I once called home. I looked Hikari into the chair as I went to heat up some water. As dusk was approaching, you could hear the baseball team on the field through the window. It was time for the sports clubs to leave. Which do you want?
ドン吉大盛り。
Then I'll take the yakisoba. While we waited for the food to cook, we booted up the computer and we were browsing the internet.
うわ、なにこれすっごい量。
We had a social network site up as one of our tabs. Just trying to keep up with all the posts on that tab was already daunting.
めっちゃ盛り上がってたよ。超楽しかった。明日の流星群も楽しみ。中継で見てた。現地行きたかった。
Nice. It looked like people were even posting while at the event. We gathered up all the posts about it and looked at the posted photos.
コメットガールのコスプレがいて笑った。コスプレじゃないよ、本人だよ。
It was weird because while Hikari was the original command girl, there were people who thought that she was just someone else doing a cosplay. I guess they thought this because we had a reshot the command girl footage rather than using the original that had gone viral.
本物のコメットガールの方が細くて可愛い。ってどういうこと？何？私太った？
Hikari looked at me for some sort of confirmation. I grabbed the meat around her belly. Ow! It was a good slap. Ow! You just got that with a growth spurt. I love the way that you are right now, okay?
男の子にはわかんないのよ。 女の苦労が。
She grumbled. I believe that the first comment got video was taken on a smartphone. The wide angles probably helped make her look thinner or something. Not like she needed that. You gonna post anything, Hikari? After a few minutes, Hikari was eating her udon and typing out the response with one hand. Thank you very much for coming out today. It was great seeing everyone so excited. Project Starlight after the hashtag. And that was a perfect Hikari voice. But the real event is tomorrow night at 10. Be sure to look for the falling stars to light up the night. Hashtag Project Starlight. Again, perfect Hikari voice. He reposted on Project Starlight's account and there were immediate responses. Shares, likes, and notifications about replies were coming in one after another. Lucky.
みんな、明日の本番も参加してくれるって。
This is becoming one crazy movement. I never imagined that things would turn out like this. When we had our setbacks one week before, we had felt so hopeless. And then in just a week, we had turned it all around.
森田さん様々だね。
Hikari reflected on everything as she slurped at her noodles. Yeah. I gobbled up my yakisoba. Probably like... How can you eat like this, honestly? We were only able to make the Harbor Town Parade such a success because of Mr. Morita's aid. Interesting. Mr. Morita had talked with us after the parade. Flashback.
私は約束を果たしたまで、あなた方の頑張りが大人たちを動かしたんです。ハーバータウンの偉い人たちも喜んでいましたよ。若者はタウンのメインターゲットでもありますし、良い宣伝にもなったはずです。プラネタリウムの館長としても、天体に絡めたイベントで盛り上げることができて幸いでした。私からもお礼を言わせてください。ありがとう、皆さん。あなたたちの若さが眩しい。我々も負けてはいられません。
That's what Mr. Morita had to say when we saw him after the parade. We had really done our best to make the parade a success. Furthermore, the reactions on the web weren't only about our parade. It was hard to see the full picture when each parade from all over Japan had its own unique style and all that information got jumbled together.
京風天文部のパレード、やっぱ盛り上がってたみたい。ロボットが先導してたんだって。
What the hell? That's an engineering school for you, I guess. I was in engineering school. I don't remember there being any robots. We took a look at their video. There was a two-legged robot leading the parade with a band. Then again, I'm talking about Poland, not Japan, so... Definitely lower standard in Poland. Anyway, with a band. It was a cute group with its toy. When they reached the ending zone, a glider from the aviation club swooped down as the parade was ending.
うちらが一番派手だと思ってたけど、これはいい勝負ね。
It wasn't like we were rivals or anything, but it was really hard not to feel competitive. But it was all good publicity. The video that the Keifu Astronomy Club had uploaded was good quality and edited very well. The other parades looked like they were good fun too.
明日も参加するって言ってくれてる人、たくさんいるね。
Hikari squinted her eyes as she said that with glee. Yeah. Looking at the computer right beside her, I also nodded with the same smile.
よーし、食べたらもう一頑張り。
Fully energized, Hikari ate the juicy fried tofu. We're going to do as much as we could on the internet until the main event the next day. We wanted as many people participating as possible. If we could get just one more light turned off, that would be one more star in the sky. That's right. Or even just one more person looking up at the falling stars. We would do anything we could to make that happen.
いい湯だった。
While hitting the cash register's keys with undisguised discontent, Miss Miharu followed the freshly buffed Hikari out of the corner of her eye. Hikari, are you getting anything?
そうだ、夜食。
One more cup of instant noodles with got enough rice balls.
豚まん。
And one pork bun, please.
あ
Miss Miharu placed the pork bun in the bag.
2382円です。
Please don't look at me with such hostility.
あんたのせいで、私が何時間地獄の労働を強いられてると思ってんのよ。見たいテレビだってあるのに。
Miss Miharu never missed her 2-hour suspense dramas. Sorry for the inconvenience. But thanks to you, the parade was a great success.
そうなんですよ。先生もネット見てください。
Hikari flew to the country in her excitement, but Miss Miharu just looked at her oddly.
こっちとら勤務中でしてね。スマホは
They're not allowed to drink work, at least for Miss Miharu anyway. I was allowed to use mine. It's almost closing time, Miss Miharu, so hang in there just a while longer.
明日もじゃん。あんたら明日も忙しいんでしょ
I didn't have any response to that. I'll make up for it, I promise.
せいぜい青春するがいいわ。
I need her route, man. It's devastating that they didn't include this route in the game. Or in this game. So ridiculous. Seriously, erase Amanogawa route. She's not needed. Get us the good route of Sensei. I took my change from the extremely sulky Miss Miharu and we left the store. Alright, we'll be off.
おやすみなさい、先生。あこら、寄るんじゃない。お風呂入ったばっかなんだから。
From outside the element of Kotaro's leash, Hikari shooed the dog away. We had taken a bath at the Satoma's house after buying the snacks. Now we're heading back to school. Looks like it's gonna rain soon. As I got on my bike, I looked up at the dark, starless sky. The weather forecast was for rain tonight.
風も出てきたね。
Hikari tightened the collar of her coat. Let's hurry up! We put the bag full of snacks in the front basket while Hikari sat on the rack on the rear. All good?
うん、いいよ。
Let's go. We headed out in the direction of the school. I need to spend a lot of time on the computer, so I decided to stay at the club room for the night. Hikari was joining me. Her house was far away and she didn't have her own computer. Wait, how? What? I totally would expect her to have one. I don't know why, but I assumed she would. Whatever. When we got back to the room, I got online right away. New comments were coming in by the hours as the countdown to the final of the Project Starlight began.
雨、心配してる人いるね。
Yeah. The forecast for tonight was rain. The rain was supposed to stop by noon the next day. Clear skies were forecasted for the night.
こっちもメッセージ来てる。
Hikari was looking at her phone.
むつら星のパレード盛り上がってましたね。
悔しいな。うちももっと盛り上げたかった。
慶風さんの動画を見ましたが、ロボットが先導するアイデアが面白くて楽しかったです。さすがですね。うちはブラスバンド部がないので、うちの学校らしい部に協力をお願いしました。みんなノリノリでやってくれましたよ。
俺たちはパレードやれるほど人を集められなかったけど、その分ネットで応援してました。
うちらも頑張ったで。コスプレの人がぎょうさん集まってハロウィンみたいになってたけど最後に飛んでいた飛行機も慶風さんグライダーですね。あれはソアリング部の
Soaring Club, what?
みんな明日の本番も参加してくれると言ってました。
People from other schools who had taken part in the parade were sharing their successes and struggles. They never met one another, but a community had been born online.
あとは明 日の本番を待つだけですねと。
Hikari was posting something too. Besides, Hikari was on the computer writing comments. Huh? What's up? I'd realized it, but Hikari had leaned over to sniff at my neck. I'd just taken baths, so I didn't think there would be anything to smell.
もうちょっと汗の匂いがする方が好みかな。
Hikari, what the hell? That's some weird fetish you've got. What are you talking about?
アキトの匂いの話だよ。男の子の汗の匂いって悪くないよね。
Dude, I should have been recording this with a webcam on. What? It's the other way around.
やだ、嗅がないでよ。
Hikari tried to escape, but I held on to her and I sniffed at the back of her neck. You smell nice. Is that from the shampoo?
女の子は無味無臭なの。
That's true. As if in retaliation, Hikari grabbed me and sniffed at my neck again.
いい匂い。男の子の匂いがする。
Well, that's a good information. Okay, stop acting like a pervert.
やだ、嗅ぐ。
I could have moved closer so that Hikari's nose would get tickled, but I was afraid she'd shout out, "You stink!" or something like that. For now, I tried to get away.
なんで意地悪するの？もっと嗅がせろ。
Isn't there some better way to interact? We're not animals, you know. Technically, we are.
やだ
Somehow we got into a scuffle and hit the desk, causing all of my stuff to fall on the floor. What you doing?
アキトが抵抗するからでしょ。
Hikari grumbled as she picked up my things.
何これ？
Hikari picked up a box slightly too large for candy that had fallen out of my bag. That's... I heard to take it back, but Hikari deftly avoided my grasp. Hikari probably had no idea what it was, so she read the instructions on the box. Oh, okay, I get you. A certain thing given to us by the teacher in the past. Her face slowly reddened. I took the box of condoms from Hikari's frozen hand. It's not like that, okay? I brought this here only as a precaution because I had no other ideas, got it? Don't look at me like that.
学校だよ、ここ。ほんと、何考えてるんだか。
Hikari sighed as she was completely and utterly shocked. I turned even redder than she did and stuffed the box of condoms deep inside my bag. I really wasn't going to do anything, okay? After the bath, I happened to see the box when I went to get my clothes, so I brought it along just in case. Hikari moved away from me to stand by the window.
降ってきた。
Talk about being able to change the topic instantly. As Hikari looked through the pitch-dark window at the rain outside, she sounded a little uneasy. Behind her, still feeling super awkward about the condoms, I got our beds ready. If you wanna sleep, just go on ahead. I planned to stay up a while more for my online vigil, but Hikari was probably exhausted after a big day at the head of the parade. Which do you want? It was either a sleeping bag or a bunch of blankets laid on top of one another. It will be warmer in the sleeping bag, so you should take it. As I rolled out the sleeping bag, Hikari suddenly grabbed me from behind. Hey, what's up?
アキトと一緒がいい。
It looked like she was back to being sweet again. We can't both fit in the sleeping bag, can we?
毛布なら一緒にくるまれるよ。
What did she mean by that? Was it an invitation?
眠くなってきちゃった。雨音って眠気誘われるよね。
Hikari yawned at Hikari as she burrowed into the blankets. Sleeping on her side, she faced her back to me. I put the condoms in my pocket just in case and went under the blankets too. Just in case! Not like I hope for anything, right? Anyway, Hikari, lying right up against Hikari's back, I whispered in the ear. I really like you, Hikari. I felt the warmth of her body, but there was no response to my words. Even Hikari must have felt a little nervous. Hikari? Fast asleep. She must have been really tired. She was gone the moment she wrapped herself up in those blankets. Guess I should sleep too. I bet sleeping beside her. Hikari's warmth would feel nice. With the thought, I closed my eyes. I was pretty tired too, but maybe I was nervous about tomorrow's events or troubled by the weak thoughts stuffed in my pocket because I didn't sleep at all. Like 0? Something is clicking and clacking for some reason. Only the faint sound of the mouse clicks could be heard in the dark room. I was staring blankly at the bright monitor. Okay. All wrapped up in blankets, Hikari tossed and turned in her sleep. Yes? Noticing that I wasn't beside her, she sat up and rubbed her eyes sleepily. I just sat there in silence and stared at the monitor. This time Hikari stood up from the bed, still wrapped in blanket. Throwing her whole body weight at me, she grabbed me from behind. My chair screeched against the floor. Ah, you're heavy. No, that's not what I meant. She squeezed my cheeks. Ow, 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 I'm sorry. Looks like everyone's going to bed soon. I guess many people intended to stay up the whole night tomorrow. There were still people now talking about the afternoon's parade or the meteor shower coming the next day. But compared to an hour ago, there was much less activity. Her arms still around me. Hikari rocked back and forth. I'm not your body pillow, okay? I mean, you could be. I reached in the convenience store back on the desk. I'm gonna have a snack, I'm hungry. Okay, you'll get fat if you eat at this hour. After a moment's hesitation, she convinced herself with the excuse. Okay, I'll boil some water then. Her mood bounced back and Hikari went over to the window. The sound of the rain didn't let up. I suppose it's supposed to. I turned on the kettle, then went over and stood next to Hikari. She seemed worried, so I put my arm around her shoulder. It'll be fine. Everything we had done was all for Project Starlight. It was all for the 30 minutes starting at 10 o'clock the next night. We done all that we could. The rest was up to the fate and the sky. You wanna make a Teru sunshine amulet? What's that? I meant that as a joke, but Hikari nodded seriously. Okay. Looks like... What's that? Looks like there was something left for us to do after all. What's Teru's... What? I need to check this. Teru sunshine amulet. Come on.
この列車は空を行く銀河鉄道天文台。太陽系を征服しても我ら3人の旅はまだまだ終わらない。
Okay. Teru represents, symbolizes pushing away sorrow and bringing happiness into life. Dude, I need this. I want some happiness in life.
さあ、銀河の謎を解き明かすべく次なる目的地へ向か
Amanogawa clapped her hands happily. I stared up awestruck at Hikari's face illuminated in the dim light of dawn and felt a sense of hope. Right. I felt we could go anywhere. We could solve the mysteries of outer space. I felt like we could reach out our hands and catch the stars. The three of us. As long as Hikari was here. That's right. Alright, let's cut it right here. We'll get to the big event tomorrow. I'm gonna go get some sleep now. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the parade. Our little school time with Hikari, I guess. Consider liking the video, subscribe if you're new. Of course, we are playing through the entire game as per usual. I'm gonna repeat that. With that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Hope you don't have a rainy day. Well, unless you like it, I guess. And drop by tomorrow as well. Yes, because tomorrow, hopefully, we'll see the stars properly. Okay, I'm out. Bye bye.